Whiskey 9, Whiskey November. Good evening.
21, John.
QSL 21. Both sounding good down here.
Well, good evening, John. I hope my audio's all right. Okay, that's what I like to be, good art. Hey, John. I'm using a Turner Plus 3. Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're good mics. They've got built-in speech compression and everything, but it doesn't let you overdrive it. So I kind of like Turner Plus 3. It's one of the better mics they made.
Yeah, Art, you're 15 over here in Romulus, KTAS.
Okay, thank you, Taz.
SOB, W8RNE. Oh, not too bad. Just scanning through the band here and heard you in there. I wanted to say good afternoon. Yeah, a little bit chilly out there today. It's sunny, but a little bit chilly. I just went and threw out another loop on the ground, big diamond this time, probably about 165, 170 feet away or so. I'm using it now. It's working quite well. Hey, you too, definitely. Who's running the net tonight?
KT9RNA.
Oh, okay. Very good, very good. All right, I'll be listening along. Go ahead and carry on. W8RNE, back to you.
Was that somebody checking in, Sean, or just asking who's running it? Is that Rick at Eastlake? I don't know what's going on with my audio. I hate to reboot the radio. I've been up and running on it all day.
Might have been the band.
You have to split out. That kind of sounds like a bowling term.
Hey, Sean, 5 o'clock, right? Roger, okay.
Check in.
Go ahead, check in.
Kilo Charlie 8, Echo X-Ray Victor.
I've got you in at number 7. Well,
Number 7, thank you.
this is KT9RNA, and I am picking pre-net check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net. If you want to get on the pre-net list, give me a call. You don't have to be a member of the Wolverine single sideband net to get on the net. Give me a call sign, call KT9RNA, and I'll get you in there.
Whiskey and vodka, WB.
Shaking
Number
not
23
stirred.
tonight, Tom.
Ah, thanks. I appreciate it. We'll catch you at the net. WB8 WYV.
Gotcha at 24, Jody.
Red room at 24. WA7 SSE, small fried egg.
I'm sorry, can I have your prefix again?
Whiskey Alpha 7.
Got you in at number 25, Bob.
Thanks.
89 RNA TAS.
Good afternoon, Taz. How are you today?
Hey, Eric, thank you for Lucky 13, but you already changed line 24. Okay. Thank you.
Well, I'm a little faster on the gun than I usually am, but I figured it out.
I hear you.
K89 RNA looking for check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net. If you want to get on the pre-net list, give me a call.
Charlie 8 Golf Foxtrot.
Charlie Lima Foxtrot.
Alpha Charlie 8 Golf Foxtrot. Let's try this again. Alpha Charlie 8 Golf Foxtrot.
Number 3395. I actually had you in there without the amp.
Oh, I didn't have the amp on. I turned it off. I got it back on now. I had it on the wrong antenna. Sorry about that. I just built a new antenna. Got it up today. The wind back in September tore it out.
Yeah, you definitely came up on this antenna, but I got you in at 26.
Thank you.
you go. It was pretty chatty out here earlier.
Kathy's not around.
KD9TYO for early check-in.
Good afternoon, Jim. Got you in at 27.
Could I be short time tonight?
You certainly can. You'll be number 1.
Thank you much.
Where did everybody go? Wow.
Grabbing a quick bite to eat or something, I suppose.
I'm thinking pizza right now.
Did the PDF trick work, Ron?
I haven't heard any yelling or screaming from upstairs, so you know what? I'm going to take a run up there. Be right back.
This is KD9RNA. My name is Eric, and I am in Blanchardville, Wisconsin, about 45 miles southwest of Madison. If you want to get on the Wolverine single sideband net tonight, I am taking pre-net check-ins. If you'd like to get on the net, give me a call. KD9RNA.
KD9RNA, KHCGS.
Yeah, great.
So when's the last time you used your Flex remote, like from your iPhone or iPad?
This morning.
You know, I don't know if you know this, you probably do, but anytime I used my iPhone or whatever, you know, you have to, you know, you change the transmit profile to iOS versus whatever mic you have. And when you switch back to your regular station mic, you got to go back and change it back to your station mic. I assume you know that, Roger?
Well, yeah, I got a global profile set up. So when I'm sitting in front of the radio, I have operating position 1, and if I'm at the PC, I have operating position 2, and it picks up all the profiles and everything. They're global profiles.
Okay, because I always had to manually go back and reset it, or I would be on an iOS mic profile. So anyway, maybe it's just the band. Over.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying by the recording you sent me, but I mean, literally, I've had this happen before. If I change back and forth between the iPad profile and the radio, every once in a while I just got to reboot it to get everything back to normal.
Okay, well, the sound profile is already starting to change, so I think a lot of it was banned because there's more mid-range coming in now.
Well, I did reload the profile actually a couple of times now, so hopefully that's it. That, and I bumped up the amp too. I'm putting out about 800 watts now, so. I can always compensate with more power.
WD8PIC.
Got you in at number 28, Bob.
Okay, put me in a short time tonight, please.
Roger that. You will be my second short time tonight.
That sounds like a plan. I don't have to be first. I just want to be short time.
Hey, Eric, KD9RNA, KCGS.
KCGS, this is KD9RNA.
Okay, I'm just going to do a self-radio test myself. I've got up Sean's SDR on YouTube, and I'm going to check that out. So this is just a test. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is Kilo 8 Charlie Golf Sierra on the side. Hey, Sean, KACGS.
I think he's away from his operating position at the moment.
Yeah, he sent me that YouTube link that you can look on YouTube and stream it, and you can listen to the net live, and you can see your signal off of his 7610. And, with YouTube, there's always about a 5 or 8 second delay. So you can do like an 8-second test, and then then go standby, and then just sit there and wait, and you'll see your signal come up. You can actually hear it really well, what your audio would sound like on YouTube. Over.
Yeah, I can do that. I have to do it on my phone right now, and I don't want to tie it up, so.
I understand.
Well, no, actually my old job, the guy that took over my job is having trouble, so I'm trying to stay available for him in case he's has trouble with Dell.
He doesn't have all those years of experience you have, probably.
Oh, and I went in and took a look at it too, and he definitely flopped something because I can't recover it. It's nothing simple, so I said just open a ticket with VMware and see what happens. He made a machine completely disappear.
What, a router?
No, in VMware.
Oh, a VM, a virtual machine on a computer? He made that go away?
Yeah, guest operating system. There's like 19 servers running in that environment, and the backup server is missing.
Well, that's not good.
Yow.
Yeah, you know, and I did my best, and like the volume it's on, he added disk space to it, and I think he added more disk than what was available, and it overran and corrupted probably the file system, which isn't that big of a deal, but the problem is backups on the SQL jobs start running in about 3 hours, and he needs a target for those backups to run, and so I think he's scrambling to change that target at the moment.
Well, that's going to be tough. So the VM they're running, what operating system in the virtual machine, and then what operating system is the virtual machine running in?
Well, it's ESXi 7.03 for VMware, and the operating system is probably Server 2019.
Okay, got it.
I was a bleeding edge guy when I was there, so I mean it's the newest version of ESXi, newest version of vCenter. It's all patched and up to date.
Is that Greg out there?
Roger, KACGS here.
Who were you just talking to, Eric?
Yeah, that's KD9RNA.
Okay, KD9RNA. You're pretty good at analyzing these microphones, right?
With analog microphones?
No, I'm asking if you can. What I want to do is, I've got a Turner +3 on here. I'm sorry, +3, and I'm gonna change it and put a D104 on here, and I just want to know which one does a better job.
Boy, I don't know. I haven't worked with either of them. I'm actually running that NRAD M629, I want to say.
Okay, now I've got the D104 on here. I just took the Turner off back on the D104 now. Just want a mic comparison, just which one works best with this radio?
I would say with this radio, the one that you currently have on, I want to say the 104, definitely sounds like a more natural speaking voice.
Oh, the D104 does?
If that's the one you're on now, yeah.
Yes, it is the one I'm on now. Okay. Well, the D104 has a newer, the crystals are a little bit tinny sound, a little bit high pitched than the standard D104. This D104's got the aftermarket head that they made for the D104 when the crystal goes, and it's called a Kobe tone, and it's another crystal, but I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it must be. I mean, audio is fine on both of them. It just seems like the one that you're on now is a more natural speaking voice.
You know, I've been told that before. Okay, well, I think maybe I'm going to keep this one on for a while.
Yes, this is the National Tune-Up Channel. If you'd like to check into the Wolverine single sideband net, please call KD9RNA.
Must have let him out of the insane asylum.
Well, my dreams have finally come true. A national tune-up channel. That's what I've been looking forward to.
If you'd like to be a member of the National Tune-Up Channel.
There you go. We could just all tune up all night.
That wouldn't be very fun.
Well, if you're a tune-up freak, it would be.
But you know, if we followed that guy up and down the aisle and chased him around, I wonder if it'd give him the idea we're sick of it.
You just want to have too much fun.
Well, that's what we're here for, is to have too much fun. Come on.
All right. That's what I like.
You know, who's ever doing that, I'd really like to introduce you to a very upset St. Bernard when you do that.
There it is again in low power.
Was that a check-in?
I think it was a tune-in.
What I want to know, is it possible to cook rice without boiling it over all over your stove? I've never not been able to accomplish that goal.
Well,
yes,
yeah,
it is. Bring your water to a boil first, add your rice, and turn the heat down. If you're using an electric stove, turn the heat down before you add the rice.
So, 45 seconds, you take it off the burner, put the lid on it, and let it sit. It'll automatically be ready in about 10-15 minutes.
Oh, I got chefs out there too. Thanks, guys.
You know, Greg, it's boiling water and adding one thing to it. It's really not that difficult.
I know, and I always put, like olive oil and stuff, because that does help it. It kind of, I don't know, it helps keep the foam from building, and everything was good. I had 1 minute left and turned around, and the thing was, half the lid was floating off the top of the pan. It's just a big mess.
I don't know where, but I may have seen that before somewhere. Anyhow, I am taking check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net. If you want to get on the pre-net list, give me a call. So you doing that on a gas stove or an electric stove, Greg?
Gas. I'll be right back. I got to take the dog outside.
Because the government's going to come take your gas stove away from you.
Well, you can always hook a Tesla charger up to your stove.
Yeah, they'll get my gas stove from my cold dead hands or something like that.
Well, I don't know that they really want to take your stove. I think maybe they want to turn your gas off.
Well, they could do that. I'm sure they can, but at least mine's in a bottle out back, which means they have to come into the firing field of fire to take it from me.
I was up at Myers today, and I looked at the row of Tesla Chargers up there. They've got about 15 of them all in a row, and then they've got this one big, huge thing that looks just about like a shipping container. Got a big old diesel in there. Big old diesel, wasting diesel fuel for those Chargers. Oh boy, they really did it right.
Well, I drove out to Toledo, Ohio, and back from Wisconsin earlier this week, on I-90 through Indiana, and they've got what, 15 Tesla charging stations at every one of those off ramps, and I never saw one car parked at any one of them.
I know, but did you see the diesel enclosure that runs them?
Well, I kind of wonder, it's 300 miles across the state. If you got the heater and the wipers and everything running, I wonder if you actually got enough to get from charging station to charging station.
Well, right now you never know, but I think that's kind of ridiculous, especially all the stuff that they have to mine to get the batteries for those things. And what do they do with all those batteries when they go bad? All the stuff that's in them, how do they dispose of it? And then where are they going to get the electricity to charge all those things? Solar and wind is what, maybe 10, not even 10%, probably about 4 or 5% of what we produce. And, it's all just a big scam.
I couldn't agree more. I always wanted an electric motorcycle just because I thought the power curve on those, the torque on them was amazing, but now that they're trying to force people into them, I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, the electric bicycles are kind of neat for those small batteries that they have. They're really kind of neat if you're into cycling.
What's funny in the motorcycle world is that you pay $14,000, $15,000 for a motorcycle, which you can ride for about 65 miles. Back when I was looking at them a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I had a Suzuki Boulevard C90 that I used to ride. It's 1500cc. It's got a real low center of gravity because the gas tank is under the seat. It looks like a gas tank on top, but that's all the electrical stuff that runs the lights and all the coils for the motor, everything for the plugs, and everything. All that stuff is up on top, and then gas tank is real low under the seat there. So the center of gravity on that thing is amazing.
Yeah, I was a Suzuki driver too, but I drove sport bikes for about 40 years, and I just sold my last one earlier this year, and I'm actually already starting to suffer from PMS. I'm kind of thinking I need another motorcycle.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, mine was cheap enough. This has been what I think I quit riding about 7 years ago, and I think once you throw your leg over it, it doesn't feel just right. It's time to give it up.
You do know what PMS is, right?
Oh yeah, I know what it is.
Motorcycle syndrome.
I thought it should be PMD, post-motorcycle depression.
That's a good one, David.
Well, we've coined a new term.
This is KD9RNA, and I am taking pre-net check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net. If you want to get on the pre-net list, we'll be starting up the net here in about 12 minutes, so give me a call and we'll get you in there. This is KD9RNA taking check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net. Slot number 29 is open for tonight's net, so if you want to get on the pre-net list, give me a call.
E3KUZ.
Number 29, Bob.
Thanks, Eric.
KD9RNA. This is N8XUY.
The same old Sam is number 30. How you doing tonight, sir?
Doing okay. Thank you so much for picking up the show tonight, and glad to be here. Number 30, you got a good crowd going here, pal.
Hey, as they say, it wouldn't be Sunday night without Eric running the net.
That's what we got happening for sure, man. I'm liking it. Hope your day's gone well.
It's been certainly an interesting day. I got a call from my old job, and they got a couple of things bunged up that I'm trying to help them work through.
Did they sing that song, I Want You Back?
They can sing it all they want. I'm not coming back. I really kind of like how life is going these days. I'm adjusting to retirement quite nicely.
Retirement can be a lot of fun, and some folks are really, really good at it.
Well, I got some really great advice from this net, and I think I got a step forward from that.
Yeah, we got a lot of retired people here, and I know if I had my druthers a few years back when I did retire, I would have kept working, but I had health issues, so I kind of didn't have a choice, you know. But all is good. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I'm helping my nephew with a couple things, so I mean, it's not like I'm not working. I'm just not working for anybody.
Yeah, I retired 2003. I was 55 years old. From 37 years at Ford Motor.
My original plan was 55, and I finally got out at 62. Well, I'll be 62 in March. I'm almost 62.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Taz, my dad retired from Ford's after 30 years, and he had gotten ill. And the day that he actually passed away, his first Ford retirement check came in the mail. Go figure.
Seriously?
Honest to gosh, man. That's why I kind of figured I was just going to work until I die. That was kind of my mindset.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I was 34 years in management out of the 37 years at Ford.
Yeah, I don't think that's that uncommon of a story, Sam.
I know. Especially, maybe nowadays it's less as common as it used to be, but when I was a younger guy, I knew a lot of guys who, my friends, their parents worked until retirement, and then it wasn't very long after they retired when they expired.
Most of my older family were business owners of one way or another, and I just think they love their business and what they did in my family. But for me, I've been an employee most of my life. Running the business thing really wasn't my cup of tea.
I guess I've been blessed.
Heck yeah, man. You got Doris in your life and all the Wolverines. Hi, I'm joking. But you know what, Eric, I think that the self-employed people, they could maybe retire, you know, at different ages, but they seem to groove on working, and a lot of self-employed people keep working till, like, you know, in their 80s.
Oh yeah, I know. And then my brother, my next older brother, who's still alive, is 65 and running Midwest Terminals in Toledo, and he is in the process of handing the reins over to his 35-year-old son, and I think he's having a hard time giving it up.
That makes sense, man. That makes sense. Hey, Taz, you guys play cards today?
Nope. Doris was doing laundry, cleaning house. I cleaned the bathrooms and played FT8. That was pretty much our day.
So it reminds me of that old song, you know, get in the kitchen and make some noise with them pots and pans or something.
It's get out in that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans.
That's where
there
she's
we
at
go.
now,
I'd forgotten that part.
That's where she's at now, Sam.
Sam?
So she wasn't making you any money.
Sam?
Hello?
Yeah, I retired in 2006.
I retired in 2002.
You should be pretty professional at it by now.
I retired in 2002. Hey, Eric, can I go short time?
Yeah, I can get you in there number 3 on my short time list, George.
Okay, because I think dinner's going to be ready pretty soon.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, put him before me, a PIC. Make me last in the short time list.
Will do, Bob. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. WD at INW. She won't tell me what it is. She says it's a surprise, and she won't tell me what it is, so I think it's something special.
Yummy, yummy in the tummy. By the way, Eric, you sound like you're right next door here tonight. Good signal.
Thanks, Sam. Let me make a last call for check-ins here before we start the net. This is KD9RNA. Last call for pre-net check-ins. Give me a shout.
KD9RNA, could you check in? It's going to be in and out because dinner time and then 1 o'clock around morning comes real quick. KD9JBT.
This is AP8 Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar. I'll be in and out.
Okay, Andy, I've got you in and out, and Rob, I have you in and out as well.
And thank you, sir. As I said, I got a messed up schedule, but I do try to check in.
Well, it looks like it's time to get to business, so let me get my preamble out here. Good evening and welcome, all amateurs and shortwave listeners everywhere. This is KD9RNA. My name is Eric. I'm located in Blanchardville, Wisconsin, about 45 miles southwest of Madison. I will be your next control station for this evening's session of the Wolverine single sideband net. You don't have to be a member to check into this net. Everyone with a general or higher amateur radio license is welcome to participate. This net meets every night of the week on this frequency, 3.935, at this time, 2200 UTC. The pre-net usually starts around 21:15. The purpose of this net is to promote good fellowship and friendship among radio operators. If you'd like to become a member of the Wolverine single sideband net, the requirements are 4 check-ins a month for 3 consecutive months. After meeting these requirements, please email or send your list to K8TAS, Taz, who is good on QRZ.com. You must have the check-in date and the net control call sign. Make sure it is the net control station and not the pre-net list taker because sometimes they are different. We suggest that you send more than your required check-ins just in case of any discrepancies. We have a nice certificate and iron-on patch for new members. Information about the net and the monthly awards are available on our website at www.wssbn.com or just do an internet search for Wolverine single sideband net. It'll pop right up. I currently have on the pre-net list the following stations by suffix: RNA, XX, YAV, VOF, EES, COQ, EXG, FJI, LS, INW, ZJU, DXJ, TAS, AVT, ESL, RMN, UJR, CGS, SOB, HAV, WN, RNE, WIV, MCI, SFE, ATF, PYO, PIC, KUZ, XUY, 8MO, and JBT. Have I missed anybody on the pre-net list only?
Check in with a comment.
Is that Donnie?
KK4 Echo KK. Can you hear me with net control?
It's dying.
Yeah, I got you, Donnie, but you're really light. Hang on a second. If you could pass this around to people that can't hear me, Friday of last week, I had a receive problem in my chat. I could transmit it, but not receive. And I think I transmitted over people on the network. And I'd like to say I'm awfully sorry for that. I have the problem straightened out, I hope, and it won't happen again. Roger that, Donnie. I got you on the list. And are you here for the net? Thank you much, Net Control. KK4 Echo. KK is clear and listening. All right. So let me see. Are there any mobiles out there tonight? Do I have any announcements?
KD9RNA KTAS.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Taz.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I'd like to acknowledge and thank our latest member donation we received, and that's membership number 519519, and that is David, Kilo Charlie 9, Yankee Alpha Victor. We thank him so much for his generous donation, and all he does to support this net, that's for sure. So we thank him very much. With that, we'll turn it back over to you, Eric. KD9RNA KTAS. Thank you.
KTAS, this is KD9RNA. Thanks for the announcements, and thank you for the donation, David. Okay, I've got a couple of short times here. Let me see what I got. I've got KD9TYO is my first short time. WD8INW is my second short time, and PIC is my third short time. Is there anybody else? All right, well, let's have KD9TYO pick that up. That's Jim up in Pulver, number 629. Go ahead and make your comments, Jim.
Well, good evening, everybody. This is Carol Delta 9 Tango Yankee Oscar over here in central Wisconsin. And once again, it's a beautiful day, and I'm so happy to see that, considering what's coming in the next 2 or 3 days. Other than that, we're busy in the shop making crystal radio and learning the secrets of making inductors, which, tell you what, can be a little bit tricky. But I'm going to get it. So, other than that, that'll be a real nice addition to my class that I'm teaching, to show the kids what you can do. So, other than that, not a lot more to say. So I am going to send it back to you, KD9RNA. This is KD9TYO, and I'll be clear.
KD9TYO, this is KD9RNA, and yep, I know exactly what you mean. We got rain turning into snow, and it looks like we're going to wind up the week with 8 inches of snow on the ground again. Anyhow, sounded good tonight, Jim. I'm glad you got in here. Have a great evening, and we'll clear with you and drop down to George, WD8INW, my second short time of the evening. And come on back, George, and let us know what's going on for supper.
Okay, KD9RNA, WD8INW. I don't know. She won't tell me. It's a surprise. And boy, did that work out good, because she just asked me when I was up, and I said, well, I'm up next. And she said, well, to come up when I'm done, because it's ready. So the longer I talk, the longer I have to wait. So I'm not going to talk very long. Anyway, I don't know, just a normal day. We got the birds fed and got the yard picked up for the dog and taking the dog in and out and all that kind of stuff, dishes and laundry and whatever, but so I'm kind of curious to see what my surprise for dinner is. Thanks a lot for getting me in there, Eric, and thanks for doing the net. KD9RNA, WD8INW.
WD8INW, this is KD9RNA, and hey, thanks for getting in here tonight, George. Enjoy the evening, and I expect a full report on what the surprise was. Hi. Anyhow, have a great evening. I'm glad you got outside for a bit today, and we'll talk to you later. We'll clear with you, and we'll drop down to short time number 3. That's WD8PIC, Bob out in Sylvania. How you doing tonight, Bob?
Doing good. WD8PIC, good evening, and yeah, George, I'll be interested to know tomorrow or whenever what your supper was as a surprise. Hopefully it's a good one. Yeah, I had a good weekend. I we went to a church breakfast yesterday and got that taken care of. It was wonderful. Then we did a few more errands and then came home and I took a bath and had a great time. Enjoyed myself and had a good day in church today. Had a nice message and a good day in church. I'm losing one of my transportation riders, but hopefully I'll find another one. And came home and just enjoying. By the way, it made it up to 37 today that I know of. It's now down to 34. Both this morning and yesterday morning, it was down to 15 at my location on the wireless, and 16 on the wired. So it was cold, but the next few days are supposed to be warmer, so I'm not complaining. Although we are going to get some rain, it's not the end of the world or anything. So other than that, I don't have too much else to comment on. Everybody's sounding good, and my dad retired after 44 years in Owens, Illinois, but it was back in the either late 80s, I think, mid-80s, late 80s, something like that. It might have even been as late as 1990, but it wasn't any later than that. He had a good work experience there, and I'm very thankful for that. He got sent all over the world too to solve problems, and he told me some neat stories, and I thought they were just maybe he was just exaggerating, but then when he passed away, I heard those same stories from people at the viewing and the funeral, so, and some other ones as well. So I know that he wasn't exaggerating. He worked around the furnaces. He was a chemical engineer, and I think he had one other degree, but I can't remember what it was. But he was very good at what he did, and his work ethic was, if you can't do it right, don't do it at all. And he could think out of the box. Some of the times that he went overseas, it was for the craziest problems that nobody else could solve, and my dad could solve them. So, like I said, when he would tell me stories like that, one time he told me a story about 30 people going over to solve a problem at a place, and they didn't solve it, and my dad did, and I thought, well, maybe he's just exaggerating, but I heard the same story from a couple of his co-workers after he passed away, so I know that it's true. And he had a lot of neat people up too. He had one time he had a husband and wife that were up from South Africa, and we had a dog. The wife spent her day entertaining me, but also entertaining the dog. I mean, she wanted to just do the simplest things. She was a real down-to-earth person. I really got to know her very well. She was really neat. I only met her once, of course, because then they had to go back to South Africa. But it was really neat. She was, she came up here with her husband, but she was content to do the everyday things. She didn't have to be fancy or complicated, and I like that. Okay, thanks a lot for letting me in here, and everybody have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. And thank you for running the net. WD8PIC, back to net control.
WD8PIC, this is KD9RNA, and well, your dad beat me by 1 year. I retired after 43 years, but then I had 10 years warming up to having a real job when I was growing up on the farm, so I might have a little bit on him, but it sounds like he was quite a guy, and thanks for getting in here tonight, Bob. Sounding great as always, and have a good evening. We'll clear with you, and we'll take a look around and see if anybody else would like to get into the Wolverine single sideband net, and then we'll get to work for the day. I am now taking check-ins if anybody would like to get into the Wolverine single sideband net.
Hey, say 9 KRX.
Got you in at 34, Brad. Number 34, Brad.
Roger, roger.
Anybody else would like to check in before we start? All right, then. That means we get to go to work. I'll keep my comments rather short before we get to work on the list here. Let me see, and Ron will be up after me, so K9SX is up after me. Pretty good day around here today. It was nice out at least. The sun kind of peeked out a little bit. It got up to 40 degrees. Not going to complain about that. Got a call from my old job today, and they got something bunged up, and I'm trying to help them work through that, but I actually had to send them off a PM. It took him less than 3 weeks to come up with a problem I've never seen in 27 years of working with DM. So hopefully they can come up with a solution for that, and we're not rebuilding things overnight. Not a lot else going on here. Beautiful day today, 40 degrees here, and the one thing that Doris, I forgot to say, I did get the 63rd anniversary card the other day. Thank you for that. I missed a couple of nets this week, so I probably forgot to let you know. All right, so I'll quit yakking here because I'm just rambling, so we'll go over to Ron, K9SX, and Standby YAV. We'll be coming to Elkhart after Ron. But how you doing, Ron? What's going on today?
Hello, Eric. KV9RNA, K9SX, and all the other wonderful Wolverines on the net this evening. Believe it or not, 42 degrees here in Medina, Illinois, and it's still windy. We're going to be, they say, in the lower 50s tomorrow here, with a chance of rain and more wind. I'll take the rain, but not the snow. So I guess I heard someone earlier. I think it was you talking about snow's coming your way. So better you than me. Anyway, Stephanie told me to tell you she got sidetracked, so we're going to work on that tomorrow, but thanks for your help. We really appreciate it. And help Stephanie with the computer and with Eric's knowledge, and played radio for a chance today. Yeah, I don't get to do that often. And other than that, watching the Vikings, they're leading right now, so I'd like to see the Vikings get a win out of this. So anyway, turn it back to that, KD9RNA, K9SX.
K9SX, this is KD9RNA. Well, I'm glad to help you out, Ron, and hopefully that's a workable solution. That's not the right thing to do, but hopefully she can get what she needs out of that program anyway. Other than that, I think we're looking at snow this week. They're saying snow Wednesday night into Thursday, and they're kind of iffy between 4 and 8 inches, but we're getting a half inch of rain tomorrow, so it'll be ugly. All right, well, we'll clear with you and say have a great evening. Good hearing you tonight, Ron, and we'll drop down to David, KC9YAV, and see what's going on in Elkhart, and then Standby VOF will be coming up to Almond after that. But come on back, David. How are things in Elkhart tonight?
Okay, this is KC9YAV, David in Elkhart. Well, it's been a pretty nice day today. The sun was pretty much out all day, which was very nice to see. And I did some running around today. Got my hair cut, which was definitely really needed. I think it's been. I think it had been 3 months since I got it cut. Didn't recognize myself after it was cut, and there was an awful lot of gray hair laying on the floor when she was done. So definitely my hat fits a little bit differently. Had to tighten it up. So the head's definitely cooler now. So that was good. And other than that, got some gas in the car and dropped off, returned my desk chair that broke to Office Depot, and did a little other running around, and been putzing around the shack for most of the afternoon. So that's about it for me. Doing a good job tonight, Eric. Got a nice list going, and thanks for doing it, and I hope everyone out there has had a good day today, and I'll say 73s for now. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Eric. KD9RNA, this is KC9YAV.
KC9YAV, this is KD9RNA. Hey, I'm glad you had a great day today, David. Sounds like you're doing pretty good, and Yeah, it was kind of a fun day to be around here, and I'm really enjoying the net tonight. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood, but well, I guess it's because I just have emails. They got everything resolved at work, and I don't have to do anything for them. Anyhow, thanks for coming in tonight, Dave. Take care of yourself. I'm sure we'll talk to you again tomorrow night and the night after that. We'll clear with you, and we'll drop down to KD9VLF. That's Dave up in Almond, and then stand by EES. Ed will be coming to Scythian after Dave. But come on back, Dave. How are you doing tonight? KD9VLF, this is KD9RNA. Well, good on you for fostering that German Shepherd. I didn't know if you knew this, but I'm involved with the Wisconsin St. Bernard Rescue, and I've been down that road 14 or 15 times myself. And usually the dogs work it out, but I have seen a time or two where it didn't, and we had to go to a different foster home. But good on you for doing that, and sounding good up down here today. It's coming around. I think you're coming up a little better, but getting clobbered by the net that's just below us, and I really got narrowed up here, so I'm not sure how well you're copying me back. Anyhow, we'll clear with you and say have a great evening. We'll talk again, David, and we'll drop down to KA9EES. That's Ed down in Scythian, and stand by COQ. We'll coming to you next. But come on back, Ed. How are you doing today? KA9EES, you're up, sir. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to be in or out or not. I've got him on the list. Anyhow, we'll leave that open. We'll drop down to N8COQ. That's Ken in Rochester Hills. And stand by Will. We'll come over to Twining next. But how are you doing tonight, Ken? What's going on in Rochester? N8COQ, you're up, sir. All right, well, let's drop down and see if Will's with us tonight. KC8EXG, you're up, sir. How are you tonight?
KC8EXG here. We're doing fine. We're going to be changing the radio room around a little bit as soon as the net's over. And I can't tell you what the temperature is right now because I have my weather station down in order to move stuff around. Sorry about that. But everything is great here. We hope everything is great there. Everyone, have a great evening and a better tomorrow. KC8EXB back to net control.
KC8EXB, this is KD9RNA, and sorry I snuck up on you like that. I didn't give you much of a warning before I called you. Hope you get the weather station squared away as well as your antennas while you're moving things around. Have a great evening, Will, and look forward to talking to you again. We will clear with you and drop down to KD9FJI. That's Art in Fort Wayne, and then stand by Larry. We'll be coming to Sanford after that. But how are you doing tonight, Art? What's going on about Fort Wayne?
Hey, not much. It's been a really nice day out. It's something you couldn't ask for a better winter than we've had so far. Anyway, I'm just sitting here, played a little solitaire. I think I'm up to 202. I'm I don't know, They set off firecrackers and all kinds of stuff like that when you play solitaire and you get up to so many games. But anyway, I've got my Turnerplex 3 apart, and we're going to put a condenser mic head in it tomorrow. It should be here in the mail. Well, might not be tomorrow because I believe that's I think it's Martin Luther King Day, I think, tomorrow. So I'll probably get it Tuesday, and then I'll put the condenser head in it Tuesday and see how that works. It might be a little bit better than the one that's in it right now. Okay, that's about all we got. Just listening to all the comments and just kicking back here tonight. Back to you, Rick.
K89FJI, this is K89RNA. Hey, it's sounding good here tonight, Art, and I'm glad I agree. I couldn't agree more. You know, it's been a really mild winter. I have no complaints about it. I'd actually rather have it a little bit frozen so it's not sloppy out there, but I am not complaining, not one little bit. Anyhow, have a great evening, and thanks for stopping in and spending a little bit of your Sunday afternoon with us. We'll clear with you and drop down to W8LS. That's Larry in Sanford, and then stand by ZJU. We'll be coming to you next, Marcia. But come on back, Larry. How are things going in Sanford tonight? W8LS, you're up, sir. All righty, what about Marcia? W8ZJU, are you still with us? Okay, so, well, maybe Marcia will get back to us. I heard her in pre-net, but I don't know if she heard me when I checked her in, so we'll see what happens with that. Let's drop down to Doris. I know she's with me. K8DXJ, take it away.
I'm here. KD9RNA, WAZJU.
Oh, okay. Marcia, go ahead and take it away, and we'll get to Doris next.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I just stepped out for a couple seconds, and I'll be darned I missed it. KD9RNA, WA8ZJU. Good evening to you and everybody on the net. Thanks for bringing me in here tonight, and thanks for doing the net. Band's kind of crazy. I've got some weird noise on here tonight, so, but I am basically hearing everybody. Let's see, yeah, it was nice today. Great, the sun was out, and what was that, 3 days in a row? 4 days in a row? I know it was out yesterday and Friday. I can't remember if it was out Thursday or not. But anyway, I went to church online this morning and trying to do some grocery shopping online this afternoon. I still haven't found that doggone soy sauce, but I just around there somewhere. I looked at all kinds of different places where I thought it would be to put in the cart, and I'll be darned, it wasn't there. Anyway, I haven't given up yet, so I got my potatoes there. I'm going to have steak and I think veggie of some sort, and so that's dinner. I was thinking when George was talking about he didn't know what dinner was going to be because Kathy wanted to surprise him. But I guess I can't surprise myself. Oh, well, that's how it goes. Anyway, everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you all tomorrow. That's to you there, Eric, and doing a fine job. Thanks so much for doing it. KD9RNA, WA8ZJU, 7-3, everybody.
WA8ZJU, this is KD9RNA, and sorry I rushed you. I have that talent, I guess, for catching people when they're out of the room. Hi. But I'm sure that you'll persevere and find that soy sauce somewhere. Steak sounds great for dinner. You could even skip the potatoes and the veggies. Just give me a steak. I'm good with it. So enjoy that. Have a great evening, and look forward to talking to you tomorrow, Marcia. Have a good evening. We'll clear with you, and now we'll get to Doris, K8DXJ, and then Standby Taz. We'll be coming up back to Romulus back-to-back. So come on back, Doris. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, Eric. Thanks for asking. This is Kilo 8 Delta X-Ray Juliet, and glad that Marcia got in there okay. So today just been busy, did some cleaning of the house. I have more to do, but I did get some done. I've got the third load in the dryer, so making progress. So I'm just going to be glad when half an hour when that the laundry's done and I can get it all, either on hangers or folded and put away, and then I can pack things away for another week. So anyway, that's it from here. Nothing exciting on the computer, just playing a couple games. So with that, we'll turn it back to you. This is K8DXJ.
K8DXJ, this is K89RNA, sounding for good tonight, Doris, and I don't know, I probably wouldn't do too many chores on a Sunday, but I don't know, I'm not into the retired routine, and I'm kind of spreading things out during the week. Hi. Sounds like you got your chores almost done, though, and that'll be great, and enjoy the evening after that. All right, we'll clear with you and say have a great evening, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again. And drop down to Taz. K8TAS, how you doing tonight, sir? And stand by, Harold.
KD9RNA. Excuse me, Eric. This is Kilo 8 Tango Alpha Sierra Taz in Romulus, Michigan, where we're sitting at 30 degrees. We started off at 15, heavy frost this morning. However, we did have a nice sunny day. We warmed up to 35, so that was our high for today. And Eric, thanks for doing it. Thanks for being there on Sunday night. Thank you for your support. And you do a super job as all of our net controls. I can't imagine where we'd be without our net controls dedication to this net. So, of course, while we're here, we'll pick up the file after the net. Well, I cleaned the bathrooms today, both of them. After Doris did the floors and stuff, then I went into the bathrooms and cleaned those. Took care of all that chore. And played radio this afternoon. Stayed on the warm side of the door. Enjoying everybody's comments. Enjoy everybody's interest in this fine net and family. With that, we're going to turn it back over to you, Eric. KD9RNA, KTAS. Back to you.
K8TAS, this is KD9RNA, and I don't know why, but that's my job too. I got the bathrooms most of the time, and just do it and get her done. Anyhow, I worked a little FT8 this morning. Actually, I had a chance and made 48 contacts and picked up a new country. I picked up St. Vincent down the islands, which is an island I'd never heard of, so did a little bit of that too. Anyhow, thanks for getting in here, and thanks for everything you and Doris do for the net. It wouldn't be a net without you guys, and I just get a chance to come in here and play and drive the bus for a night. Anyhow, we'll clear with you, and we'll drop down and see what Harold's up to. That's KE8ABC. And before we get to Eric, I'm going to take a quick standby. I'm running a little long here, so come on back, Harold. How are things up in Waterford tonight?
This is Harold, KE8ABC in Waterford. Well, we're doing pretty good up here. It's been a rather quiet day here. I did go to church online and listen to them, and they were going down after the service for a meal. And, of course, I'm home, so I had to go find my own meal out in the kitchen. Other than that, the kitty cat's been pretty good to me, and so haven't had trouble with that. And I've been playing on the computer and listening to a couple tapes I've got. Other than that, I did try and make some payments. I got one set of payments made. Went on the Discover card website. The website's down. Oh well, I guess they're going to have to wait a little bit. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to you. KD9RNA, this is K8ABT. I'll be listening.
K8ABT, this is KD9RNA. Hey, thanks for getting in here tonight, Harold, and sounding pretty good down here in Wisconsin tonight. And I'm pretty sure you have a pretty happy kitty cat. You seem to take pretty good care of it, and glad for that. And, I'm not surprised. A lot of bill payment sites are down and do their maintenance on Sundays, so not a big surprise there at all. But you know something? I'm pretty sure if you wait till tomorrow, they'll still take your money. Hi. All right, Harold, have a great evening. We're going to clear with you, and then I'm going to take a quick look around, and after the break, I will come back and pick up K3ESL, Eric in Bloomfield Hills. But let's take a standby and see if anybody wants to check into the Wolverine single sideband net. Call KD9RNA now. KD9EES recheck.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Bravo Hotel Kilo.
Kilo Bravo 3, Oscar X-Ray Hotel.
Okay, Ed, I've got you on the recheck. Herb, I've got you at 35, and KC9 Limo Hotel Bravo. Is that correct?
QSL.
Kilo Bravo 3.
Okay, I've got you in at number 36, Michael. Is there anybody else?
Kilo Bravo 3. Come again.
Kilo Bravo 3, Oscar X-Ray Hotel.
Okay, Bill, I've got you in at number 37. Is there anybody else?
Nothing.
All right, sounds like we got some more work to do here, so let's get back at it. I think I left off at K3ESL. That's Eric on Bloomfield Hills. And stand by, Greg. You'll be up after that. But how are you doing tonight, Eric? What's going on over there? K3ESL, you're up. All right, so he must be taking a break. Let's pick up Ed on the recheck.
Okay. 89RNA and the group K9EES, the voice of 50 in Illinois. Sue and I went to the Monticello Railway Museum last night and rode on a dinner mystery train. It was a murder mystery. We had a great time. We got to sit across the aisle from four of the actors, and they would interchange every once in a while because they had two dining cars to cover, and it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. I think they'll probably have another one. They do have dinner trains. I think there's going to be 3 or 4 of them between now and spring. But I highly recommend it. Food's great, and the entertainment was good too. And I'd like to mention, if there's any flexors out there looking from Bistro B, I have one I'd like to sell. Thanks for letting me in, Eric. KD9RNA in the group, KA9EES, the voice of 50 in Illinois. KA9EES, this is KD9RNA, and yeah, that sounds like a blast to do that. I'm already looking at the map of where Monticello is. We did a murder mystery once, and just at a restaurant, and had a ball doing it, and that would be a really nice spin to do it on the train. Anyhow, I'll send you a text and ask you about the Maestro. I'm not making any promises at this point, but I at least want to know how much you're asking for it. Anyhow, Ed, thanks for getting back in here, and have a great evening, and we'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure. We'll clear with you, and we will drop down the list all the way to K8CGS. You are up, sir.
Thank you. It's K8CGS Craig in Southwest Michigan. Hey, Ed, are you on your 7300 now?
No, I'm on the Flex.
Okay, because it just sounded really nice, very nice. And yeah, I bet Eric's kind of interested in that Model B on the Maestro. That'd be cool. Oh, well, like you, Eric, I got a new country today, French Guiana. And so that's pretty cool. So I'm up to 88 now. Woohoo! Not a lot, but I don't think there's just a lot of people transmitting from French Guiana all the time. So that was a pretty good one. On 17 meters. And kind of did a milestone today with my vestibular ocular reflex syndrome, VOR. I was able to walk 300 yards before I had to go down to my knees. So that was pretty good. And timed it well, too. Hit that 300-yard mark right at the driveway and kneel down for about a minute and a half, closed my eyes, and I could get back up and walk in the house. So the progress is like watching a tree grow, but it is what it is, and you deal with it. Eric, thanks for taking the net, and hello all the Wolveriners. Hope everyone's doing well. KHCGS, back to net.
KHCGS, this is KD9RNA, and well, I'm sorry that happened to you, but I think that's a big accomplishment for you getting out there and back. So, careful and don't fall down in front of traffic, okay? We want to hear you back on this net. Anyhow, yeah, you're sounding good tonight as always. The new ACOM seems to be working really well for you there, Greg, and we'll talk to you again, I'm sure, today, tomorrow, and the day after that. Anyhow, we'll clear it to you, and we'll see if Sean's back. That's N8SLB, and stand by W9WN. We'll come to Columbia City after that. But did you get back yet, Sean? Yep, he was taking the kiddo home, and I don't know if he was going to work remote or not, but I expect we'll hear back from him before the net is over. All right, that brings us down to W9WN, John in Columbia City, and then stand by Rich in Eastlake. We'll be coming there next. But how you doing tonight, John?
KD9RNA and the Wolverine single sideband net W9WN. Well, good evening, Sean. Good evening, he was calling from Eric. Good evening, Eric. Never went on the net this evening. Everyone's doing well. John, talking about muddy audio. That's the first time I ever heard the word muddy used to describe audio. When I was young, bars and stuff, lower flat. And I guess that's what come to mind, and I had a hard time linking that to audio. But I learn something every day, though, seems like. And we had a nice day here, mostly sunny, good portion of the day. And we got up, I believe, to 39 degrees, which is a very nice temperature for January 15th in this part of the world. So, all about that. In fact, I grilled steaks out on the grill. I put them on right there, right after I checked in on the CNET. And they turned out quite well. She got here today. And I've been working on a little project. I got a partial basement under the house where I've got a sump pump and putting a second one in there just as a backup. I think I got that all done once I tested a little bit down there later. And that'll be one little job knocked off the to-do list here, I guess. So hope everybody had a great weekend. It was nice here. Not as warm as we've been having, but, you know, nice temperature. Been getting down in the 20s at night. I think it got down to 24 this morning. So, it's, you know, it's still a little touch of winter there, but we haven't had much precipitation here lately. In fact, I think we're way behind on that. So, I guess that's it from me. Thanks for doing the net, and evening 7-3, KD9RNA, and the Wolverine single sideband net W9WN.
W9WN, this is KD9RNA, and sounding good up here as always tonight, John. And yeah, that's quite a project. Where I live, I don't have to deal with sump pumps, and I'm kind of glad with that. We're about 280 feet above the water table level here, and my foundation actually pretty much sits on top of ledge rock and a quarry head. And you know, no water in the basement. I'm sitting in it right now, and I've never seen anything that'd be close to it. But sounds like you're having a good day there and grilling out for pork steaks. By golly, yeah, it's a good time to be grilling. I grill just about every night of the week if I can, so I know where you are with that. Anyhow, have a great night, John, and thanks for coming in here tonight. We'll clear with you, and we'll drop down to W8RNE. That's Richard out in Eastlake, and then stand by Tom. I'll be coming up to Cadillac after that. But how you doing tonight, Rich? What's going on in Eastlake?
KD9RNA, W8RNE. Good evening, Eric and the group. Sounding good this evening. Everybody's sounding fairly decent so far. Did nothing today. I actually did some chores earlier and then went out and put a loop on the ground antenna out, and it's about 165-foot big diamond in my backyard laying on the ground, actually stapled to the ground. And I'm using it now because it does bring down my noise level on 80 and 160. So as far as receiving goes, I'm hearing everybody pretty well with about an S1 noise level. So it's working. I love it. So that's about all I did here, Eric, and I'll send it back over to you and get your thoughts.
W8RNE, this is KD9RNA, and being the owner of a loop that's 50 feet in the air, I'm amazed when that happens when we're on the ground. Sean fell down, and I heard him down here just about as well as I always do. You were getting over here at plus 20 with what you've got going on there, so I don't know. I keep trying to understand the science, and I get it wrong all the time. Anyhow, it's working good for you, and have a great evening, and we'll talk to you again soon. We'll clear with you, and we'll drop down to WB8, WIV, that's Tom and Cadillac, and then we'll be going over to Freeland and seeing Jody after that. But how you doing tonight, Tom? What's going on in Cadillac?
Yeah, very good, Eric, and thanks for taking the net tonight. KD9RNA and the wonderful Wolverine WB8, WIV. When we get about 35 degrees here, I think there's a wind chill factor in there, but probably around 25 or so. But anyway, it's about freezing, believe it or not, and I had a pretty good day. I took a 2-hour nap. I was really tired. Wife was under the weather today. She was sick, and we were going to go to church, but she was sick, and I thought, well, and I was feeling pretty sluggish, pretty tired, so I thought, well, I better not go myself, and then you expose everybody to anything that she might have. She was sick to her stomach this morning, but she's okay now. It must have been something she ate, or maybe something like that. I don't know, but anyway, we've been playing radio all day. Haven't had much luck. I did manage to contact that the expedition in the Congo on 15-meter phone. But it's not a new country. But I thought, hey, I'll give it a shot. I've worked them on 17 CW, and I thought I'd give it a shot on phone. I think I've got them confirmed on the Congo on 20 meters, if I can remember that right. That's been years ago. And so, but I thought, yeah, we'll go good. What the heck? And I did. And their signal was not real good. I see that the solar flux is real high. Yeah, the sunspot numbers are like around 173. I think the solar flux is up about 200 and something. Let me take a look at that a minute here. It's really up there, which is really good. And I'm really glad. 234, that's the highest I've ever seen it. But the K index is 4. So all the bands are either 4 or fair. So it must be some kind of solar activity going on tonight. Anyhow, we'll be home tomorrow. It's Martin Luther King's birthday. School's closed. And I probably will be home Tuesday. I don't know yet. I am definitely going to be home Wednesday. I've got a teleconference and a physical. So anyway, that's the story. And we'll be looking around tonight on the bands. All you wonderful Wolverines, have a great evening. Take care. And we'll try to be in here tomorrow night if everything works right. Back to you there, Eric. KD9RNA, WB8, WIV. I'll be clear. Good evening.
WB8, WIV, this is KD9RNA. Hey, thanks for coming in tonight, Tom. Sounding good. Sounds like you're having some adventures in radio up there. And glad to hear the XYL is doing better, and it was just a bug. Anyhow, have a great evening tonight. I'm sure we'll talk to you again, and we'll drop down the list to see what Jody's up to, KB8 MCI, and then we'll take a quick standby and see if anybody else wants to get in here before we get to Bob and Evan. But how you doing tonight, Jody? What's going on? KB8 MCI, you're up. All right, well, must have been the dinner bell for him as well, so let's take a quick standby, see if anybody else would like to check in. If you want to get into Wolverine single sideband net, call KD9RNA.
KD9RNA, this is November 2, Charlie Tango.
Kilowatt
Bill, is there somebody else out there?
Charlie Bravo.
Charlie Bravo, come again. Is that Kilo 8 in Imlay City, Bob?
Yes, it is.
You need to be short, Bob?
Oh, no. I'm here for as long as you want it.
All right. I've got you in at 39. I've got Bill in at 38. Is there anybody else? Okay, Sean, we'll pick you up if there's anybody else wants to check in. All right, we'll go back up the list. List number 19, N8SOB, Mr. 300. If he ever starts bowling again, we'll see. He was talking about it tonight. So take it away, Sean. What's going on up there?
Recheck there. I was listening, but wasn't able to key up. Wasn't too sure how well my signal was when I missed my turn there. So glad I picked it up here. We picked up Bob, ICB. Good evening there, Bob. Good to hear you this evening. And the rest of the clan here for sure. Definitely always a great time here on the Wolverine single sideband net. Other than that, stayed up a little bit later than normal last night, but I was able to sleep in until about 8 o'clock and checked into the Michigan Thumbnet and did a little rag tune with Bob there, ICB, and my buddy Dan, a little bit on 75. That was a good time. And other than that, just been hanging out in the shack here. So good to be back here and safe and sound and get ready for tomorrow to go back to work. No, the kids don't have to go to school tomorrow. They got it off with Martin Luther King Day. So definitely with that, will be no mail tomorrow. But I will be here in the big chair. Can't wait for tomorrow evening. So hope to get you guys all on the list tomorrow night. And everybody have a safe night and stay warm. Currently 31.5 degrees into Port Huron. Thanks for picking me up, Eric. KD9RNA in the net from N8SOB.
N8SOB, this is KD9RNA. Sounding good, Sean, and signal was just fine. Glad you got in here tonight and got the kiddos trip home. And let's do that. I think you're working tomorrow, even though there's not any mail. But we'll look forward to hearing you on the big chair tomorrow, and we'll get some rag chewing done in the pre-net maybe. All right, we're going to clear with you, and we'll get back to work here, and we'll drop down to WA7SFE. That's Bob in Athens. And then stand by AC8GF. We'll be coming to Montgomery after that. But come on back, Bob. How are you doing tonight?
Small fried eggs.
KD9RNA, WA7SFE. I had to turn the volume down, Sean. Well, we started out at church this morning, and 39 degrees today on the high. Back down to 36 now, but the sun was shining. But that's going to change tomorrow. We're going to get that rain in here. We did do a little FT8, and of course watching them footballs and the golf and that. So hello there, Sean. KD9RNA, WA7SFE. Back to you, Eric.
WA7SFE, this is KD9RNA, and well, when Sean's running the amp, I definitely have to turn it down when he's on, and when Greg's on, and just about everybody else. But that's probably got more to do with my ears than anything else. I turned it up too loud. Anyhow, sounding good tonight. Sounds like you had a good day today, and well, we'll look forward to hearing from you again. Have a great evening, and we'll clear with you, and we'll drop down to AC8GF. That's Fred in Montgomery, and then stand by Bob. We'll be coming up to Windsor after that. But come on back, Fred. How are you tonight? AC8GF, you're up, sir. All right, must have caught him out for dinner as well, so we'll keep on moving here. Let's drop down to Bob, VE3KUZ, and stand by Sam. You'll be up after Bob. But come on back, Bob. How are things in Windsor tonight?
Hey, things are going pretty good, Eric. Yeah, KD9RNA. This is VE3KUZ, Bob here in Windsor. Yeah, still running 100 watts in a wire tonight on the 7300. Yeah, it's just a regular Sunday. Went to church this morning with the family and played a little bit of radio today. Mostly watched some football and still doing some research on fixing this amp up because I've noticed a whole bunch of things. I've fixed some wiring issues, and then I noticed that there's something wrong with the voltmeter. It's only giving me about 50 ohms across the pins, so there's definitely something wrong. It should be more in the order of at least 10,000 ohms, but it's something internal must have happened to the voltmeter. And this all seems to have happened all at once on it. So, yeah, I'm getting it taken care of. I ordered some parts, and they're supposed to be here on the 17th. So I'll get things back together then. It does work. I did try it, and everything is working again, but I don't want to use it for very long. I just wanted to see if it would still work, and it does. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of been taking my attention lately. It's actually been good for me to. I was always meaning to get into this amp and find out how it worked and all that, and now I've been forced to, and it's been good. Because I was trained in electronics. I mean, I went to college for that. Took, they called it, I believe, the Electrical Electronic Engineering Technology course. It was a 3-year course, and so I do have an understanding of electronics and used that all my life and all my career, and so I should definitely put that to use in taking this amplifier apart, and I definitely have a much better understanding of how everything works in there. So yeah, it's been a good thing. It's been kind of inconvenient though. Anyway, I'm not going to take up any more time about that. Be a few more days and I'll have this thing plugged in and running again. But anyway, I'll put it back to you, Eric. Everybody's coming in great tonight except for the little splash over that we've had from guys below us. It just seems to be one station in particular. I don't know why he's splashing so bad, especially on the closed side of his filter, but he shouldn't be doing that. In fact, he's going beyond our frequency. He's splashing another KC beyond us, so you can't even filter the guy out. Anyway, back to you. KD9RNA from VE3KUZ.
VE3KUZ, this is KD9RNA, and that 100 watts is working just fine, Bob. I know you're loud when you got the amp running, but I had you in here coming in about plus 20 right now, so the band is with us, and 100 watts is working fine. And yeah, that splatter, I don't fully understand it. I think David, KC9 YAV, he actually wrote up what they're doing. It's something about they're using a VHF or a UHF repeater for HF signals or something, and it's just out of control. And, it's like I narrow off the band so I'm not walking on top of that thing, but, nothing is exactly what you described. I don't know what to do about it, but we put up with it. We share the net with those guys, and I know a couple of folks have gone over and chatted with them a couple times wondering what's going on, and they won't stop it. So anyhow, we'll clear with you, say have a great evening, and look forward to hearing you when we got the amp put back together. We'll clear with you, and we'll drop down to Sam, that's N8XUY, and stand by Donnie. If you hung around, we'll get you back on here, and we'll see what's going on in Clarksville. But come on back, Sam. How's things at Manchester tonight?
Well, good evening, Eric, and hello to everyone on the Wolverine single sideband net. I hope everybody's doing well. Everything is, again, fine and dandy here in Manchester. And I think the group there on 32 on Sunday nights, they are ARPSC Net. And they do a community service emergency type thing across the state of Michigan. And there's a couple of stations that really do blast me very well. And I thought about dropping them an email over time, but sometimes some Sunday nights it's worse than others. And, you know, we do deal with our friends on 33 during the week. The Green Mountain folks, they seem to be a little less of a problem, but they finish at 5 o'clock too. So, yeah, we all want to get along here on the ham radio bands. Day was good, coffee early with the XYL. She took off and did some cooking, chefing at the local bed and breakfast. We are starting a painting project, the hallway and foyer. I've got a little trim work to do there, which I actually started during the kitchen project. Got going on that. Then the XYL came back. We watched a little football. Went to the hardware store, dropped about $175 on painting supplies. Got to keep the economy going. We did a dinner and lunch kind of combo down at the local Village Tap. Saw a bunch of people we know there, and then came back. It was time for the net, and here we are, all good in Manchester. Eric, thank you so much for doing Sunday nights on the Wolverine single sideband net. Beautiful work. 7-3 to you, 7-3 to all. N8XUY, back to net control.
N8XUY, this is KD9RNA, and yep, Sam, sounding good in here as always. Sounds like you had a great day, and yeah, keep that economy going, that's for sure. You know, it's just every time you walk into the hardware store, it seems like it bites just a little more lately, but we know how that is, and yep, I've always tried to get along with everybody on the band here. There's been some noise, obviously, over the time that I've been here, and we just deal with it and move on. Anyhow, thanks for coming in here tonight. Glad you had a great lunch with Cheryl, and we'll catch up with you soon. We'll clear with you, and we'll drop down to KK4 Echo Kilo Kilo. That's Donnie down in Clarksville. And standby KRX will be coming over to Hobart next, Brad. But come on back, Donnie. How you doing tonight?
Hey, we're doing real well. I had to tear the shampoo apart, found the belt broke in it. But besides that, we've had a good day over my mother-in-law's and everything. And like I said a while ago, I had a radio problem last Friday night, and I couldn't hear anybody, and I kept transmitting, so I hope I didn't step on anybody. It made me feel awful bad once I figured out that what I was doing wrong there. But anyway, good evening to all of y'all, and I hope you've had all a good weekend. KK4 Echo, KK, back to you, net control.
Comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Donnie, it's N8XUY, and I understood your message about your radio problem from the other night. I did notice that you had a little bit of an issue, but hey, pal, we got through it all good, no worries. We always appreciate your check-ins, and have no fear, it's all good, and no worries, my friend. 7-3, back to net control, N8XUY.
Well, thanks for that, Sam, and thanks for getting in here tonight, Donnie. And always glad to hear you checking in from Tennessee. Good signal up here tonight, and no issues to complain about. And I didn't hear any problems on Friday night anyway, so you got away with it with me. Hi. Have a great evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow, and take care of yourself. We'll clear with you, and we'll drop down to KC9KRX. That's Brad. And stand by Herb. We'll go up to Mount Lead next. But how you doing tonight, Brad?
KD9RNA, KC9KRX. Good evening, Eric. You're sounding good here. Good evening to all participating on the net. Hope everybody's doing okay. 36 degrees here at the moment, going down. I don't know how far it's going to go, but that's where we are at the moment. I just wanted to come in and say hello, wave a hand to everybody. Everybody's sounding good here. Hope everybody's staying warm and having a good evening. 7-3 to all, KD9RNA, KC9KRX.
Well, sounding good here. Well, Brad, and thanks for coming in and saying hello. Glad to hear that you're doing well up there, sounding good. So we'll clear with you and say have a great evening. We'll drop down the list to WB8, BHK, that's Herb. And then before we go to Wisconsin Rapids, I'll take a quick look around and see if anybody else wants to check in here. So come on back, Herb. How are things at Mount Delead tonight?
Yeah, good evening, Eric, and good evening to everybody else on the Wolverine Net tonight. This is Whiskey Bravo 8 Bravo Hotel Kilo, and we're doing A-OK. I'm still sitting in a cold shack. I'm not using the remote tonight. Came out to the shack. I turned this electric heater on about 6:30 this morning when it was 19 degrees outside, and now the shack is up to 58 degrees. But the good news is the weather's going to warm up here in central Ohio this week into the 40s and 50s. So I'm going to be tearing the radios and stuff out of here and tearing the drywall out of here. The old, it's probably 40-year-old drywall, I guess. I don't know, something like that. And went to Menards yesterday and bought some insulation bats, fiberglass insulation bats. Going to be insulating this shack. One wall is against the garage, another wall is against an unheated porch, and then the other two walls are exterior walls. So I'm going to at least insulate the exterior walls and the wall against the porch where the door is. Where the wall against the garage where the door is. And I think if I get 3 out of 4 walls insulated, it should be a lot easier to heat out here. We won't be paying an arm and a leg to keep this electric heater going. Anyway, I got a lot of noise on the band tonight, and so I sent an email to that fella. I forgot his name already, but he checked in a little earlier with his loop antenna, his on-the-ground loop antenna, and he had a great signal here, like 10 to 15 over 9, and he said that it really dropped his noise level down, so I wanted to get some specifics about that antenna, and I may try that here because noise level is S9 here tonight. That's not typical. I turned off some LED lights. I turned off the electric heater. I turned off items here in the shack thinking that it was something local, but couldn't get rid of it. But by turning the RF gain down and down and down and down until it gets rid of the noise, but I can just hear the signals, the folks talking, that worked. But it sure would be nice to just have a lower noise level altogether. So anyway, back to you, Eric. Doing a great job tonight. Thanks for running the net, and we'll turn it back to you and clear on out of here. Probably go in the house and spend a little time with the wife yet tonight. Kilo Delta 9, Radio Norway, America, Nancy, America. Anyway, you know your call, RNA, WB8 BHK. Good night to one and all.
WB8 BHK, this is KD9RNA, and I prefer real network or retired network administrator now. Hi. Sounds like you got a project ahead of you, and I bet you that helps tremendously. I kind of feel what you're talking about because I have an electric heater out in my shop that I swore I wasn't going to turn on this year, which means I got to keep the wood stove going, and that's takes a little more attention than I was planning on, but my shop costs me $155 to $160 a month to heat with electricity, and I'm trying to cut down on the bills. So enjoy the project. Hopefully it works for you. The signal's coming in fine here, so I got you in here in Wisconsin at probably about +10. It sounded good. We'll clear with you, and I'm going to take a quick look around before we get to Mike up in Wisconsin Rapids. So this is KD9RNA, and I'm taking check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Victor Golf Oscar.
Okay, Bob, I've got you in, and I heard somebody else in there as well.
Kilo 8, Delta Lima Foxtrot.
November 8, Charlie Oscar, Quebec.
Okay, I've got Dallas, I've got you in at number 41, I got Bob in at 40, and I believe I had November 8th, Sierra, Oscar, Quebec, Charlie Oscar, Quebec. I had you on the list at number 6, so we'll pull you in at a recheck. Is there anybody else that would like to check in before we get back to work? So then let's get back to work, and we'll pick up Ken up in Rochester Hills on a recheck, and then we'll go back to work and pick up KC9LHB in Wisconsin Rapids. But go ahead, Ken. How are things going on in Rochester Hills?
Okay, Roger. Well, thanks for picking me up. We appreciate that. Hold on 1 second. All right, hopefully that's a little better. We'll see how it ends up. Yeah, we've been playing with antennas here off and on today, so hopefully we've got a decent signal coming in. Other than that, it's my pleasure to report that there are 9 sunspots right now, so propagation for the sun is looking really, really good. So with that, I'll pass it back to Net Control, November 8, Charlie, Oscar, Quebec.
November 8, Charlie, Oscar, Quebec. Well, this is KC9RNA, and thanks for getting back in here. Sounding good over here in Wisconsin tonight. Got to hear about 5.9, so whatever you're doing with the antennas is certainly working. Glad you got in here, and look forward to hearing from you again. Please stop by anytime. We are here every night of the week, but I'm always here on Sunday. Hi. All right, we're going to clear with Ken, and we'll drop down the list to KC9LHB. That's Mike up in Wisconsin Rapids, and stand by Bill. We'll come over to West Virginia next. But come on back, Mike. How you doing tonight?
Thank you.
Anyhow, give everybody else. I'll send it back to you, This is KC9LHB.
KC9LHB, this is KD9RNA, and yeah, I'm kind of envious because we were partly cloudy today, and Dave and Jim checked in. They're up in your neighborhood in Slover and Almond, and they said the same thing. Not a cloud in the sky today and sunny, and I'm kind of envious of that. We had a little bit, though, so good on that. And worked on the wood pile myself a little bit yesterday, and yeah, you be careful out there in the ice and take care of that. I get it. Throw some ash out there from the wood burner or something. Anyhow, take care of yourself. I've got you on the list here at number 36 tonight, and sounding good down here in Blanchardville. We'll clear with you, and we'll go to KB3OXH. That's Bill in New Cumberland, and stand by Bill in Bath. We'll be coming out to New York after that. But come on, Bill. How are things in West Virginia tonight?
KD9RNA from KB3OXH. Well, good evening, Eric, and everyone here on the wonderful Wolverine single sideband net. Anyway, I did receive my certificate. I guess I'm number 631, so that's pretty special. Hey, we got 27 degrees here in the northern panhandle of West Virginia this evening. A little bit of snow on the ground, but everywhere the sun hit today, it melted it off. Anyway, well, thanks for picking me up, Eric. I've got to head into the house and get some supper now. KB3OXH, back in the net.
KB3 OSH. I'm putting your 631 in now and saving it in my log so the database is updated, and I will not make that mistake again, sir. I'm glad you got in here tonight. A little weak on the signal, but I had full copy on you all the way through. It is getting kind of noisy on the band tonight, so don't have any excuses for that other than that's the way radio is, right? But we've got you updated, sounds good, and we'll clear with you and drop down and see what Bill's up to. That's M2CT in Bass, and stand by Bob. We'll be coming to Imlay City next. But how you doing tonight, Bill? What's going on in Bass?
Well, we're doing pretty good here in Bath, Eric. We're kind of cool here. It was 20 degrees last night. I see it got up to 30 today, and it's back to 19 right now. I just recently got back because I went to a ham radio club dinner meeting down in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. And what was nice was driving back, I got to see the sunset. And I thought, well, geez, I want to see how accurate my calendar is here, because my calendar, I get a new one every year, and it has a sunrise, sunset. Well, we pretty much agree on the sunset, because I'm driving back, and it's a little dark in the valley, and I could see the sun shining up on the hills, and I pretty much agree. So now I got faith in the calendar. 9 hours and 22 minutes of potential daylight today. That's up from our shortest day of the year, which is 9 hours. So we're gaining there. Today we went on to the halfway point at noon. Today we're on the halfway point of January. Doesn't that sound good? So hopefully we'll be getting through this and working our way towards spring, which we're all looking for. So thanks for doing the net there, Eric. So KD9RNA, this is N2CT, back to you.
N2CT, this is KD9RNA, and I'm surprised we got up more on you today, but doesn't matter, we'll take it. 34 will be as above freezing. I'm sure that's a nice day for you. Sounds like you're having a good night tonight over there. I kind of had some noise over here, so I didn't get a full copy, but we'll get a better day for sure. We'll clear with you, and we'll drop down to K8 ICB. That's Bob up in Imlay City. Nice to have him on the net tonight and not having to go early. And stand by Bob. We'll go to Downers Grove after that. But come on back, Bob. How are you doing tonight?
KD9RNA. Eric, you're sounding real good tonight. This is K8 ICB. By the way, let's see, William or Bill, N2CT, if you're still listening, you got a great signal over here in southeast Michigan, sounding like 9 plus 10 there. So yeah, you're doing great. Anyway, I had a great radio morning. I got on fairly early as the sun was coming up and worked lots of European stations on 15 meters. They got that, what's it called, World Radio something going on. What is it called? World Radio Team Championship, and there's a lot of stations over there doing that. So it was easy to pick up a bunch of contacts. Ended up running into one of Sean's friends. Met him for the first time today on the local radio here, and I'll tell you, I looked at his QRZ page, and his house is like a museum of older radio equipment. I'm like, geez, I would love to just take a tour. So anyway, it's amazing the interesting people you meet on the radio. Meet is a relative term. I mean, talk to. Anyway, so it's been a good day, radio-wise. With that, I'll send it back to you, Eric. You're doing a great job. Thanks for all you do. 7-3 to all on the net. This is K8 ICB. I'm clear.
K8 ICB, this is KD9RNA, and thanks for getting the bill that check, because he was coming in really good earlier, but we're right at sunset here, so I got a feeling it's just the band shifting around. But anyhow, you're sounding good, and glad to have you on board for the net tonight, and hanging around as long as we need you to. Yeah, Sean's friends on the net are certainly knowledgeable and can be very interesting, that's for sure. I'll have to look up that QRZ page and see what you're looking at. Anyway, have a great night, Bob, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. And we'll clear with you, and we'll go down and talk to another Bob. That's Bob at Downers Grove and stand by Dallas. But come on back, Bob. How are things at Downers Grove tonight?
Hey, good evening, Eric, and good evening to everyone on the wonderful Wolverine single sideband net, WB9VGO, Bob in Downers Grove, Illinois. And, well, I had a good day. I had a ham fest to go to today, and it was good to see people. Stopped for breakfast beforehand, then went to the ham fest, and a bit disappointed, though, because this ham fest, it's been getting smaller and smaller. It was starting to get pretty small before COVID, and now it's really noticeable when you go into the facility, and there just weren't very many tables filled, and still some empty tables, and the tables that were up were really spread far apart. So you know, it didn't take long to get through the whole ham fest and see everything. But it was still good to get out, always good to get out, and got a few flyers for upcoming Hamfest, especially the springtime one I look forward to. That's in the early part of May, and that's usually a good one in Sandwich, Illinois. So, but I'm already looking for spring. So, not quite spring today, but it was a pretty nice day. We had sunshine, and a high today of 40, and we're at 36 right now with the sun, as you say, setting, Eric. So it's starting to get dark out there, but all in all, a good day. So back to you. Thank you for running the net, and you have a good one. KD9RNA, WB9VGO.
WB9VGO, this is KD9RNA, my cohort in retirement, and sounds like you're adjusting quite nicely to it as well. And nothing beats a good sandwich, so maybe I'll make that ham fest down there this spring. Sounds like fun. But, you know, sounds like you had a pretty good day down there today, too, about the same weather as us. A little cloudy, but it warmed up to 40, and I was pretty happy about that. Anyhow, we'll clear with you. So have a great evening, Bob, and we'll talk to you again soon. And we'll see what Dallas is up to. K8DLF, you're bringing up the back of the caboose here, but you're not the last on our list. So come on in and tell us what's going on in Bowling Green.
KD9RNA in the Wolverine single sideband net. Good evening to everyone listening out there tonight. This is Dallas here in Bowling Green, K8DLF, where the temperature is currently at 32 degrees. Well, today we, XYL and myself, traveled into Perrysburg and did some shopping at Costco and dropped a few bucks there, and then we did a little shopping over at Staples for a few things she needed at work. And then we went to Culver's and had lunch. So that was our day. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet and a real pleasant day here in Bowling Green. So anyhow, that's about all I've got, Eric. So good copy on everybody tonight, and thanks for picking me up. And have a great week, everyone. 7-3 to all. K8DLF. Back to you, Eric.
K8DLF, this is KD9RNA. I don't know if you've changed anything on your station or what, but man, you are just coming in here and sounding great tonight. I had you at about plus 20, but the audio is amazing. So it's working whatever you're doing, and thanks for coming in here tonight. And yeah, Costco, I wouldn't do a Costco on a Sunday if somebody paid me to go do it. I'll go do it on a weekday, and that's bad enough. But there's two of they put a third one up in Madison now, and it's not so bad anymore. But before 10 minutes in the store, you'll be in the store for 10 minutes to be in the checkout line for 40. Anyhow, have a great evening, and glad you got in here, Dallas. We'll talk to you later. And I'm going to take a quick look around and see if anybody else wants to recheck or check into the Wolverine single sideband net. We're at the bottom of the list, and I am taking check-ins.
Whiskey 9 X-ray Tango Zulu in and out.
Okay, David, I've got you in at number 42, in and out. Is there anybody else? Taking check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net. Slot number 43 is open. All right, nothing heard. If anybody else can relay in anybody that's trying to check in, let me know. If not, we're going to close her down. This is KD9RNA, last call.
Whiskey 8 Kilo Alpha Romeo.
Hey, Ron, I got you in at number 43. Is there anybody else? Well, sir, we're in the lightning round, so W8KAR, you are up. Go ahead and make your comment.
Thank you for the comeback. I did get a card from somebody on the single sideband net the other day, so I appreciate that. I got it stuck up here. And the weather's cooperating. We got a couple weeks left before we're going to go south. Hopefully it's warmer by then down there. So make it short because you're running late. W8KAR, thanks for running the net.
W8KAR, I believe that person sending you a card would be Doris, DXJ. She is the queen of the net, or actually she's the awards manager for the net, and she does a great job on these all the awards that we put out throughout the year. And I think the one we got here was probably the 63rd anniversary. So thanks for coming in here tonight, Ron. Sounding good, and glad we could get you in here. All right, I'll take another call, see if anybody else would like to check in before we close down.
W8KID, Whiskey 8 Kilo, India Delta, in and out.
Kilo 79, India Victor out.
Okay, I got Chris in and out at slot number 44, and I've got Harold at 45. Is there anybody else? All right, Harold, well, you hit me in the lightning round again. You are up, sir. Go ahead and make your comments.
Okay, here we go. KC9IVO, Harold, I'm coming there. Thanks for waiting up for me. It's 45 degrees over here. Hope everybody had a great day. Hello to everybody still listening. Thanks for hosting the net here tonight. Yep, running late here. Been outside for a while. Got a little fresh air. 40%. Felt pretty good. A little bit too much breeze. I've been watching football all day. And finally decided, get to be that time when it's starting to happen to halftime here for the second game of the day. Guess there's going to be another one tonight. I might watch it too. I don't know. I'm getting pretty tired. Anyway, thanks for being there. Hey, everybody have a great rest of the weekend and a great week coming up. We might get some rain tomorrow. I think we need it, but it'll be warm enough. It'll still be up around 50 degrees tomorrow, they say. So it should be all liquid. It'll go right down the drain. 73 is one and all. KC9IVO, good evening. Over.
KC9IVO, this is KD9RNA. Hey, thanks for getting in here tonight, Harold. And, well, I don't think it's going to go down the drain here. It's probably going to run everywhere because I think the ground's still frozen. If we get rain on that, it's going to be a mess. But we'll take it. It's winter in Wisconsin, and that's what we're made for, right? Hi. Sounding good tonight. We'll catch up with you again soon, and I'm glad you could make it in here. One last call. Does anybody else want to check into the Wolverine single sideband now? I heard a Kilo Charlie 5. I heard a Kilo Charlie 5 trying to check in. All right, well, they're not getting back to me, so I think we're going to close her down and just say we'll have a good night. I'd like to thank everybody that helped me tonight with all the relays and helping with the audio to start out in the beginning of the night, but I think we got her squared away, so thanks for that, Greg and Sean, for sure. Have a great evening to everybody, and 7-3 to all. This is KD9RNA, and I am clear.
Great work, Eric.
Great job. TACG is clear.
Have a wonderful evening. 7-3 to you, 7-3 to all. N8XUY.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Greg. You guys have a great evening as well.
Good night, Greg.
Good night, Sam.
KD9RNA KTAS.
Hazmat.
Sir, has the package been delivered?
Yes, we have the file. Great job, Eric. Thank you.
Thanks, Chad. You two have a great evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
You and Diane, too.
Heck yeah. Good job, Eric. Good job. My buddy Taz. N8SOB.
My buddy Sean.
What do you need that amp for?
Well, I'm not completely barefoot right now.
Oh, you're not? Cool.
What is that, like a couple of kilowatts?
No, I'm maybe 800, 900, something like that. I pulled the old Heath kit out yesterday and hooked up some high voltage to it. It seems to be working okay.
Yeah, you're about 40 over.
Yeah, 30, 40 over here. Dora says she has her slippers on. She's not barefoot.
Hey, if I barefoot, would you barefoot too?
You always come up with a song that meets the requirements, Sam.
Sam, I am.
Wham bam.
Thank you, Sam.
What a great deal.
Been watching any football today, Sam?
I did watch some of that early first game, and the wife said, "Oh, I like the uniforms of that team that's got the green on."
Oh, that is the Miami Dolphins. She likes the Dolphins teal, huh?
Oh, I like that green. Honey, that's the Dolphins, baby.
They're always known for their cheerleaders, them and the Cowboys.
Yeah, I found that game to be okay to watch because at first I thought Buffalo was going to walk away, and then by halftime it was really amazing, and, second half wasn't too shabby.
Been pretty exciting games, just like the NFL wrote it.
Yep, very exciting, and, I thought there at the end it could go in, it was possible to get overtime, but it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, we still got this game, the Vikings and Giants, and then we got, what is it? I forgot, Bengals and somebody else. Bengals and Ravens tonight.
That's true. Sunday football, Sunday night. So yeah, I was kind of figuring I'd go up and watch the end of the Vikings and then take a break and see what happens later tonight. And of course, I probably won't make it through the whole game. I'll probably do that old guy snooze on the couch thing.
When did that ever happen?
Bengals and Ravens are on now.
Regularly.
No, Bengals and Ravens don't start till 8 o'clock tonight. It's the Giants and Vikings that are on right now.
Correct.
Yeah, Bengals got the prime time game.
One of the best, obviously. At this time of the year, they're all good teams that are playing. Except it's sort of weird because don't we have? Didn't Tampa end up making the playoffs with less than a 500 record? Go figure. He's probably good for their television stuff. People will come to watch that because a lot of people, Brady's one of those guys where